to part 2, Capricorn. For this spread, it's gonna be balance, and then unknown stuff we don't know. You're like, I already know. We'll find out. You know, and then a small past, present, future. I don't do it often, but seeing how it's the first videos, this is just trying out different spread, what goes where, how, you know. So let's, without further delay. This deck I do read reversals. I think it helps because this particular red pertains to the self, and you can use a lot more understanding and clarity. I'm still shuffling. So this, what I like to do is the core of the situation, or like inside, like what you can't put your finger on kind of situation. That's what it is. I have that. I'll read it towards the viewer, and it's gonna be put down, and I'm gonna talk to you about mind, heart, soul, body, and then how it all connects. Oh, crap. All right, we'll tell you. I should not have with it. Alright, sorry. It's better if it's just forced to have it. Alright, there, I think I shuffled enough. There you go. So, alright, let's see how your mind is. Everything mental related. Mentally related, or related to mental. Alright, you got the Fool on your mind. So we'll clarify that. How did that interpret? I think one way to interpret this would be like, I think at your given point right now, as of this spread, you are. It's neither good or bad. You're willing to risk something because you're kind of agreeing, anew, or feeling something new with yourself. The other interpretation again is like wise beyond measure, right? So much so that it looks like you're a fool, but you're really not. Alright, and the Nine of Swords, it's in the physical, right? Oh man, this usually, like, even though it's in the physical, like you're maybe whatever you got going on physically, mentally, you're not all happy with. You're not happy with where you're at. Why I'm not. We'll clarify this as well. You're not happy where you're at in your body, physical. It doesn't say what, but mentally, you're good, but physical body, and then finally, we go on to heart. Wow. Okay. Nine of Cups for your heart. That's really good. Either you, again, quick, like we're saying, either you have to be or you are, or this can relate to a very mature emotional situation. Very yin. I don't know. I'm sorry. If I'm not mistaken, yin is masculine and yang is feminine. And sorry if I'm saying it wrong, but very yin, the masculine side. In your heart, or maybe if it relates to somebody, it's just somebody very close to you. That's on your heart. And the Empress for your soul. You can always read this as on top. Sorry, I should have mentioned this in the first video. I do you can always interpret. That's what I said. Learn a little, and it'll help you a lot. not just in somebody's reading, but like, oh, okay, this means like that. Oh, okay. So the Empress, I don't really like to read zodiac signs into my spreads because, you know, it's a lot of information, and it really doesn't help if you're dealing with somebody you don't know that there's what their zodiac sign is, and it's just a much general reading. But you can totally look at or interpret it that way. All right, and okay, so in your soul, this is really cool. It's mirroring opposites, I think. Over here you have the feminine, over here the masculine, and over here you have the not how can I put it, either or vice versa. I'm sorry. You're really wise on your mind, like you're that far ahead, or you're just starting out. And then over here the Nine of Swords, physically you're not happy. You're over here. It's not a matter of right or happy or unhappy. It's just something new. And then over here physically, I said that. So over here, in your heart, you have somebody close to you, or you should be. I don't tell you should be, or me. I think what it's trying to say, you should balance yourself. If you're gonna go towards your yang, it's more soul wise. Be Empress, right? Be that. I'm sorry, if you're gonna be Yin, you gotta be the cups, you know, the King of Cups. So neither good or bad kind of situation. Then over here, Yin Yang, and then we'll see the center. Nice. Two of Cups. So that, yeah, partnerships. I think it's really tough. Like either it's gonna be really good, right? Really good, really bad. But this is the self, yin yang. It's not two choices, not two people, or if it is two people. It doesn't say love or anything. It just says like a partnership kind of situation. It could totally be that, but it isn't. I think it's the bridging of both aspects, right? Alright. So we'll clarify the Fool as to see what's going on. Queen of Swords. Definitely. If you do try to choose something, I think what benefits you is being mental about it, thinking things through. And again, yin and yang have that, I think, nurturing qualities that all the queens have. They're a little differently, but they all have it in their own way. So let's see. Wow, okay. And then you have the 10 of Pentacles. Really cool. Clarifying the 9 of Swords. So you have a lot of like going from one to another. Let's see, 9 to 10. I guess one way to interpret this is mentally you're not that happy with your body. Like you're not where you want to be physically. Yet you're not seeing your good qualities, which I think very, very good. And that's why you can read it as very, what do you call it? You have your own qualities of attraction, if that makes sense. You know? And I think you should capitalize on what you have. Right? Okay, cool. 6 of Wands. So I think having that moving forward would really balance you out. It would really, really balance you out. And I don't want to say victory, because I mean, what's a victory? It's be relates to the self, right? You'll be happy with yourself. Okay, and you got the Empress reversed. I'm sorry, not the Empress, the Temperance reversed. Temperance. Yeah, it's really cool. Don't neglect your yang. Don't neglect your yang. And yet again, like this is really cool because look, polar opposites, and yet right here is telling you to balance things out. And then the Two of Cups. Really cool. And lastly, Four of Pentacles. I don't know how it was, but it's Four of Pentacles. That Four of Pentacles. Dang, I forgot what the four are. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I should have trusted my gut there. You're gonna have to trust. You just have to trust yourself. Don't hold back. I don't think you should hold back. Any venture's worth the effort. And then right here, the Lovers clarifying yet again the Two of Cups, and see if this relates. If this relates to a person, which it always can. But again, I think this says love yourself first before anything else. Love yourself first, and then the Devil at the bottom of the deck. So just something to watch out for. There's right. Look, man, woman, man, woman, man, woman. This is a good. You have a really good reading. A lot of that's really good. And then if you really delve into the tarot, then you can be you yourself like, oh wow, I see combinations. I see that. And when that happens, it's just I see and see. I don't want to. And it's not that I don't believe in it. It's just I don't use it because I don't know if it's spirit power, chance, luck. That's what I'm sorry, I forgot to say in the first video. What I work with is luck, chance, chaos, random, everything that isn't that we know kind of works and look at the draw kind of situation. The cards you're dealt with, exactly like in a casino. Like in the casino, they don't the house doesn't have to use a superior higher power or anything to get good decks. I mean, good cards, right? So that's kind of like the concept that I take with this. So unknowns, right? Unknowns, and this is right here. Heartache and loss. What this pertains to, I have no idea. We'll clarify. That's very clear. I like this deck. This is the psychic tarot because it tells you a great deal of information regarding to the self, not necessarily like the tarot, I think, but it's close, very closely. That would be the Three of Swords, and then love begins. Right, like a phoenix from heartache and loss. You're moving into love, or the other way to interpret this is like because of what you've been through, and then you have the universe clarifying. Not clarifying. I'm sorry. As a third, love begins. Like a universal type of love. Maybe the way what it's trying to say is because of what you've been through, you have your cup. Your cup is starting to be filled by this new universal awareness of love, and you have the spiritual strength. So yeah, definitely. Because of what you've been through, you're finally filling up your own cup, I think, and you're willing to pour into something more. And it's a universal type of thing where it's not just one situation. You're finally like loving yourself, and you've gained spiritual strength from it. The other way you can interpret this is like have the spiritual strength and trust the universe that love is in start because regardless of heartache and loss, right? I really had it in my head and just okay. Throat chakra. I think this is trying to say you haven't dealt with heartache and loss. And it may be that you might be one of the talkative type, and that would be your best way to talk. Or, I mean, the other way you could read this is you said something you shouldn't have, and that kind of happened. Yeah, because somebody said something. And you have wisdom clarifying the Ace of Cups, or which is really good, huh? Have the wisdom to love yourself, or you have the wisdom to love yourself. But that's where it all starts. And this is what they tell me. And then the 7 triumphs, where it's about the Chariot, right? You're having that universal love for everybody, not just yourself. That's really cool. And then 4 swords, rest and rejuvenation. Time heals all wounds, so just don't rush. Take your time. Because you have wisdom and triumph clarifying. The heartache and loss. You might have said something. Somebody might have said something. Don't feel bad about it. But I think talking about it would help you out a lot. And then at the bottom of the deck, conflict and defeat. So take it gracefully, I think. Best thing anybody can do, right? I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Alright. So I'm going to do past, present, and future. And then clarify if we need to. Remember, this is gonna be pretty cool. At the past, you have Princess of Wands, and this is a thought deck, so it's a little different. There you go. Present moment, Princess of Cups. I wonder what that's trying to say. We'll clarify. Like if it pertains to the self, you're passionate. You're just starting passionate, but now you're getting. You want to be like have that reward. And, like you want it to be fulfilling. Wow, okay, 2 of Cups. No, 4 of Cups for the future. I think you're gonna have options. Like, in this deck, if it represents, if you want to read it as represent people, you have 2 suitors. You had one in the past, you have one right now, and let's see if in the future what comes out. We're going to clarify. We're going to call it this a little more as to what the 4 of Cups mean. The Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. Yeah, I hope so. Let's see. I just got a really good idea of what I have to do. Alright, and then Knight of Swords. Also clarifying 4 Cups. I was wondering if this was going to happen. I think it's very, very clear. If you're like interpret it also abstractly, you have 4 options at your moment, at your given moment. If you read it as persons, you have somebody who in the past, it doesn't say gone or is still there, but you have somebody in the past, you have somebody right now, and in the future you have 2 vision of 2 more, but you're kind of you don't really want a 4th. You know, I only want 3 kind of situation. I don't want a 4. Or somebody else is like, hey, you know, like, can I contribute? And you're like, nah. All right, well, okay. And you have the High Priestess clarifying the Princess of Cups. Definitely. So that's good, you know, knowledge, understanding. Seeing things for what they are. And then Ace of Swords. Hopefully you didn't cut this Princess of Wands off or attractly like something off in the beginning. Hopefully you didn't do that too prematurely. And lastly, the Hierophant. Way ahead. I might not even get to that, but the Hierophant. Be traditional, go about it the right way, don't cut any corners, take your time, quality over quantity, choose right. Here we go. We'll clarify it one more time, because your spreads are really focused on partnership. Okay, 10 of Wands. Clarifying, like, what should I choose? What, like, this is not telling you to choose, it's telling you just to be aware that, regardless of what to choose, if it's between an old, like, age-wise, like somebody mature that thinks a lot, or, they're both, what do you call it? Swords, right? Yeah. Masculine or feminine, make sure it's one person with both qualities. Because the King of Swords is also, the Knight of Swords here is also the King of Swords. There's no particular king here, so definitely yin and yang yet again right there. Find somebody who does both and can help you out, because it's going to be a big situation, or it's trying to say the type of partnership over here that you may or may not want, but it's regards to, you know, half it. And then at the bottom of the deck, victory. I think that's pretty cool. So, yeah. Thank you for sticking it out with me. Oh, one more time. Sorry, this is kind of like, sorry for taking so long to do your video. So this is what do we call it? Notes from the universe on love and connection. So once I do extendeds, I'll be reading like the other side of the cards and all that. So it'll be pretty good once I get rolling. Nice. You are adored for your first card. Very, very much so. And remember, none of this says right or wrong. I don't like to place blame or anything. It's just abstract. Even if it relates to somebody, it would only be abstractly. But I think this was really clear. Yeah, 4 of Cups in the future. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then pucker up, Buttercup. Nice. They have a little snippet in the back. They're almost like the Love Oracle cards, but we'll do that later. Because I think these videos are pretty long already as it is. What you give will come back. So what you give will come back. Right. So right here, give. No, give. Alright, and at the bottom of the deck for this one, create a space for new love. For new love. It doesn't really pertain to persons or anything, just new love. Love and connection, because it's, you know, don't have to be all in. All right, thank you for sticking it out with me. I'll hopefully moving forward, I'll have everything these timestamped. So if you want one particular red spread for this video, or if I do 2 spreads or 3 spreads on the future videos, it'll be pretty good. So thank you. Very